medical manuals from the 16th and 17th century famously mislabel the female body, often describing uniquely female body parts with male language. You can elaborate on the misogyny there, but it brings up a practical question about women's medical care for Shakespeare's lifetime, and specifically whether or not women would have had any support going through menopause. To find out whether there were any treatments for menopause symptoms, or indeed whether medical doctors of this time period even understood menopause, I sat down with Rosalyn Sklar, whose PhD topic was healing women, early modern women as healers in their own texts, practices, and representations. Here's what she had to say. This next question is related to medical care for women, and it was submitted by a patron of our show who wants to know whether or not menopause was understood or treated medically during Shakespeare's lifetime.
That's a really great question. So menopause itself is a 19th century word, but of course it's widely known that when women reached a certain age, their periods would stop. I haven't personally come across much that suggests this was thought of as a medical problem. It was probably thought of as a natural process. Even recipe books compiled and kept by women, as far as I'm aware, don't mention it that much. To put it in humoral terms, unfortunately, menopause was seen as the natural process of the body becoming colder and drier as it aged, kind of a desiccating process, not very flattering.
No, not at all.
And this links back to the idea of menstruation itself being understood as being part of the process of conception. So the extra blood the woman's body creates, was supposed to nourish an infant in the womb. And when the infant was not conceived, then all of that excess blood had to go somewhere, otherwise it would cause health problems. So it was released through menstruation. And a cessation of periods at any time that was, if you were sort of an age where you were supposed to be having them, was thought of as a health problem. But menopause actually might have been considered to have given women's bodies a little bit more balance, because they're not anymore creating this excess blood and then releasing it every month.
To hear more about the history of women's medical care in Shakespeare's lifetime, including more information on those manuals that incorrectly labeled women's bodies, you can listen to our entire conversation with Roz at CassidyCash.com/episode 326. That's CassidyCash.com/EP326. If you'd like to see bonus history related to women's medical care, including primary documents from Helkiah Crook's manual, as well as other anatomists of this period, be sure to support our show on Patreon. Patrons get access to bonus history content related to our podcast that you can explore while you listen to the conversation. Just find the Patreon button on the show notes page to sign up and expand the extras. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching. I'm Cassidy Cash, and I hope you learned something new about the Bard. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.